You good?
Good.
Hey, so Reggie, we'd love to hear the story of what God's done in your life.
Well, back in 2000, I had lost my mom, and she was pretty much my biggest, enabler.
Yeah.
And things went pretty much downhill where I was hustling, and next thing you know, I pretty much started using. Became homeless, sleeping in shelters, abandoned houses from time to time. And to be honest with you, one night I thought about committing suicide. And I walked and I walked, and I remember saying to myself, I said, I know I need to get myself together, but I don't want to die or even have to go to prison to get it done.
Yeah.
And there's a place in Winston-Salem called Rental Health Center, and this lady, she was from over the islands, and she thought I was just trying to find a place to live and sleep. And she says, I'm not getting you no help, but she ended up sending me in a cab to this rehab. And this rehab, I had been in there 5 times. Now I work at that rehab as a chef, a dietary cook.
Oh, wow.
And they asked me how long had I been clean. I think I might have had about 6-7 years clean, and I ended up out there, and I've been there now 4 years. Alcohol and crack cocaine was my drug of choice. I came home. I was living in a halfway house. I started working for a plant called Royal Cake, and met that young lady over there, my wife. And
What's her name?
her name was Latrice.
Latrice. Nice
Yeah.
to meet you, Latrice.
And we don't say step kids in my house. Those are my kids.
That's
I call
all
them my
your
kids.
youngins right there.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And I mean, I wouldn't trade it for the world today. Like I said, not knowing where your next meal was going to come from, not knowing what the weather was going to be like the next day. I had trust issues, and I've always known about God. It's just the choices that I decided to make.
Yeah.
But when I put full faith into saying, okay, He's got me. And I mean, He's been with me for the last 13 years. I mean, He's always been with me, but when I move out the way, he goes to work. And like I said, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. I don't miss it. I have so many guys that's up there at the treatment facility that say, what do you do when the drugs and alcohol go? What kind of fun can you have? Well, I can tell them this story when I go back Tuesday. Yeah. Man, I walked around Wilmington. I can wave at the police today. They don't even arrest me.
How about that? Yeah.
Somebody knock on my door, I can answer without even saying, is it the police? But, I mean, it's beautiful to be able to laugh about the situation like this today. And they know my past.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing. Even when she found out, a lot of women, a lot of people have a tendency to judge you, and they veer off. She stuck to me through the whole 9 yards, knowing everything. Had people try to probably come up and whisper and tell her stuff in her ear about my past. And
Yeah.
I call it, I don't know if y'all know about a singer called Fantasia, but she's a singer from High Point, North Carolina.
Okay.
And she told all her mess before the media could do it. So I pretty much call it the Fantasia syndrome. I told all my dirt, so when somebody got ready to come to her, she'd say, I already know.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how I met her, because my sister dated her uncle in high school.
Oh.
And like I said,
Small world.
I mean, I done put a lot of gray hairs on her head, and yet and still.
I don't see any.
Yeah. But she stick with me, so. But yeah, I probably learned how to drink before I learned how to spell my name. I mean, there's always been a family situation. My mom was a heavy drinker, but she was more of what you would call she still could maintain, food in the house, kept the bills paid. With my situation, I was very dysfunctional, where she was functional. I was very dysfunctional. Like I said, alcohol, like I said, I learned how to drink before I could spell my name good. And some people would say, it made them sick. To me, it was like hereditary. It was in me, and I just loved. It started out just as a holiday thing.
Yeah.
Then it became on every day, the ending why. But like I said, once I lost my mom in 2000, it changed, and I just went on a spiral. I mean, I was like a Tasmanian devil, I'm going to tell you, I don't know who's going to be looking at this. I mean, when things are going good like they're going now, you still got to look back at all that wreckage that you've tore up. You got to fix that.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
things
right.
can be going good, and I sit down and I say, why? And then I have to say, why not?
Yeah.
You know, why not me? Who am I? The great I am? You know, sometimes I'm like, but I'm doing good. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Why is this happening? And then the little voice will say, remember what you did back in 1998? I'm like, okay, I got to fix that. I got to fix that. But it gets better. Every year it gets better. Some people look at January the 1st as the new year.
Yeah.
Mine is May the 7th. That's my clean date.
There you go.
So May the 7th is my new year. So every year it gets better.
How many years has it been?
By the grace of God, in a program that's in Winston called ARCA, it's been 13 years.
13 years. That's
13
awesome.
years. 13 years. Not saying sometime I don't think about it, but like my sponsor tells me, it's only a thought. As long as you don't act on it,
That's right.
it's only a thought. And I mean, sometimes I feel like I might have dropped the ball or disappointed her in some type of way, and I say, you know, who's gonna know? Then another big voice will say, me. So I say, okay, let's get back on the ball. But it's just some things that I had to do, and they offered me a few simple suggestions. They say, Reggie, you're gonna have to get yourself a sponsor, someone who knows you, you know. You're gonna have to get you a network of people. You're gonna have to get phone numbers and actually use them. There's gonna be work you're gonna have to do. It's not just gonna come to you on a silver platter.
Yeah.
So there's work to it. And like I said, that's my sanity right over there.
Yeah.
That's my sanity today.
Yeah.
I just
That's
stick and
awesome.
stay. I just stick and stay.
Thank you.
Stick and stay. Thank you. You're welcome.